to. It's my eyes all on the Death Prophet. How much of the map can she break down with each of these early exos?
Well, all emphasis on Mickey, and as Effie said, he was a star player so far of this tour. Can he do it again here? We're finding out it is over to Lacoste and ODPixel.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Liquid versus Gaimin Gladiators. Lacoste, what are you looking forward to here today? I'm seeing, Liquid, not many teams that would do this, but of course, Insania at the helm. He'll come in with the last pick, Rubik.
He loves that position 5 Rubik. It's a good Rubik game. I'm just a little worried that he dies as a position 5 because he's playing into like all these circles, arena, bit of malice, blood right. You have a Weaver that can scout you out in the back line, so it might be a bit difficult, but it's insanely good Rubik game. Like whether you're still Bloodstrike, Stroke, mostly Firestorm and Spear. Like Firestorm, if you're playing 4 Rubik, if you get items, you're playing against the Underlord, I've seen Rubik be on top of the damage like boards. There's like you have a better Firestorm. It's just insane how much you can do with this particular matchup. But I gotta agree with T was talking about on the panel. When I looked at the draft, I felt like, Gaimin Gladiators, they have a really good one because of the core-to-core matchups, especially in the lane. Pango on the off lane, I just feel this hero just doesn't do as much as the mid Pango does. He's also playing into Bloodseeker, he's playing into Leech Mechanic from the Grimstroke, Pit of Malice, like double, triple root potentially. So that's gonna be a bit difficult. The saving grace for Team Liquid is the BKB on Dead Prophet. I think he needs to have that like as his second item, maybe even like first item, like get a half item into a BKB. I don't mind seeing that because it just feels really good because you don't care about the arena, you don't care about the Pit of Malice, and you can stand your ground. Like not many heroes can get on top of the Dead Prophet when Exorcism is running throughout the BKB, so they need to either kite. There is decent amount of lockdown on side of Team Liquid, so I want to see like how these fights post BKB on Dead Prophet are going to develop.
Yeah, so how do you feel both teams' carries kind of fit in with what each lineup's trying to achieve here? Do you sort of have a preference for one of the ways that the carries are going to be able to play with the rest of the team?
Like, Red King traditionally has been a counter to Bloodseeker because like you don't care about Rupture, a similar approach when you're playing Faceless Void, that there's a lot of Raid King picks or bans, but yeah, he munches through the tankiness of the heroes with his shard, like once he gets to that timing.
Oh, see, the lane set up. It's aggressive tri-lane from Gaimin Gladiators. Played straight into the faces of temen-temen and Insania. We'll see how well they can deal with that sort of pressure.
So Gaimin Gladiators, they're doing what they've been doing since the previous tour. They love to tri-lane. They love to aggressive tri-lane, leave Ace on the safe lane. This time around, I think Bango will get much more from that lane. Boxy will probably need to move around. I think it's much better if you leave Bangalore solo here to get some XP. He doesn't get pushed out of the lane easily. He has Ring of Protection sitting underneath the tower. Yep. But that also means something that I talked about, like Pango usually does struggle on the off lane. I have never seen this hero just win the off lane. It's more about like what he brings later on. It's not about the lane so much. But if he's off to a really good start, then this Bango might cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, I mean, and as you said, sort of with Boxy sticking around there, do you think they'll find opportunities to sort of kill the Underlord, or does Ace just not care at all about these two heroes?
It's not a setup. Like, they have, what, Shield Crash, or Boxy needs to land a really good arrow without a setup. They are putting some pressure, as you would expect. I mean, it's a solo Underlord.
Yep.
He uses Firestorm, a lot of those creeps are going to get denied as well. But the power is this triple lane on the bottom, because they do have kill potential once they hit level 2, and we can see them already playing extremely aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely, Matu. Each time taking a lot of damage from the two supports. They've got regen prepared for him. Let's have a salve in the lane. Also still salve on Boxy, who's now moved down here to match the tri-lane that Gaimin Gladiators are bringing towards Liquid.
It's just a much stronger tri-lane from Gaimin Gladiators, because what Team Liquid has is pretty much like single-oriented in terms of, okay, Raid King has a stun, Mirana arrow, that's all that she brings. Like, the only good thing in this tri-lane is pretty much the Fate Bolt. And if you look at the Gaimin Gladiators, they do have the Swarm. If you connect that on 3 heroes, Bloodright, more heroes means more damage on Stroke of Fate, more value from the Inkswell. So I feel like they should be getting more from this bottom lane.
So if they find themselves another chance to go again. Again, look to chase down Matu a little bit. Won't kill him, but again, just bringing him low. Just say Boxy still has a salve prepared for him, and he'll pass that over now. temen-temen back up.
Not much to follow up on the arrow. They did manage to get the pull off. Insania did D-ward, so that's pretty big. I think they should have been blocking, like the body blocking. They have two very good heroes to do that with, having a Grimstroke and Beaver. It's very hard for them to get close. There's always going to be some kind of a kill threat, and this is the big, like the best camp in the game to deny the whole creep wave, because the rally damage, like the creep wave just dies immediately. Rana did arrow the big one.
So as well, a bit of a move over to the water rune. Tofu grabbing that bottom. I've gone Duracho, but he's fine. I keep him safe with the Inkswell. Keep the Wraith King stunned. So Tofu head back down here. Matu's a little bit low, but he has got stick charges. So unlikely to make any moves on them, but a good bit of a punch there from Liquid will allow them to get the pre-play back.
That's his last leap. Oh.
He's looking pretty dead. Yeah, the blood rise down. He'll put the stick charges. He's actually going to be able to live with that.
Bloodseeker, he's zooming. He has a lot of move speed. They need to bring some extra healing cells. Insania does have one. Let's see if they can potentially cancel it. Tofu's not close. But yeah, this gives Bloodseeker more move speed, and you got to be careful about that. How's top lane doing? Ace. Where's he at? I can't find him. 22. For some reason, I couldn't find him. He's like too big of a model, too small of an icon.
Yeah, it was pretty even for a long time, but now Ace is indeed starting to get just a little bit more out of this top lane than Zai. Of course, yeah, across the map, the biggest difference at the moment being this bottom lane. As you said, the way that you'd expect Gaimin Gladiators to be able to play this out 3 versus 3, it's certainly apparent here on the CS. 28 and 13 for Duracho compared to the 16 and 2 for temen-temen.
Yeah, this is what they have been doing for a very long time, so they have a bit more experience in how to use the tri-lane and what to do with it, and they also do force the tri-lanes when they feel like other team needs to react to their tri-lanes, and then they're in a weaker spot. First, Exorcism used on a mid lane, Arena.
I see a bit of a rotation here from the supports, so they'll look to try and bring down Mickey. He's got the Siphons going. That'll be enough heal to allow him to step back and survive.
Yeah, imagine trying to gank Dead Prophet in 2022 with the 3 Spirit Siphons up. Yeah, it's very difficult. Like, as for us viewers and people who are watching the game, you're like, well, how did they not understand that this hero doesn't die? Sometimes it's very difficult to just understand how much of tankiness this hero has.
Because they got kind of close.
Yeah, it's close, but in the end, like, it might not even be close at all. Has a couple of Fairy Fires to work with, and the Magic Wand charge is not going to even pop anything.
How much damage did Mickey actually get done to the tower with that first one? About half the HP, so a pretty good amount of damage done, especially considering that 2 supports did come in. Bottom lane, they'll hit the arrow.
He's alone. He's dead.
He's very alone. There we go, finally, first blood here. Coming in at 7 minutes, Insania takes down Duracho. Was just getting a little too comfortable on that bottom lane when he had, of course, been left by his supports. The supports had actually been gone a long, long time there. So a little too aggressively down the lane there, Duracho.
Team Liquid, understanding that supports both are going to go to the base and heal up, so they use this opportunity. They don't have much setup in this game for Mirana's arrow. It's pretty much Wraith King stun. Celery comes back from the base, refills the bottle. Underlord, 4 points in his Atrophy Aura. It's a ton of damage. It allows him to stay on the top of the network. We've seen this thing from Amar.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this. He's going for Echo Saber. Okay, right. This is some serious right click.
Dude, I like it. Ace says, yeah, he wants to be sort of carrying this one. And back down bottom. Duracho back in the game, and this time he's got his support Celery and Tofu by his side. So they'll be able to have the setup to take down Insania. Celery will die in return. Mickey swings over from the mid. picks up the kill. We'll have Exorcism back up in a couple of seconds, so can look to go back on and continue the pressure on the mid tower if he wants to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We were just burning raindrops on that profit value, straight up value. You know you need to go through the raindrops, so if you can use Shikuchi and get away with that, that's pretty big. I want to see when they decide to swap Bloodseeker to the top lane, because I don't think he feels too comfortable farming the bottom lane anymore. I would assume in the next like minute, unless the two supports are behind him.
So what will I mean? Still looking forward to this game. What is the build going to be for Ace after the Echo Saber? You know, is there anything else that you sort of get in this build that's focusing on just being able to punch into the heroes?
I still love Rod of Atos. I'm not an Underlord expert. I don't play the hero. I just find him very boring and very sluggish. So I just don't have much experience from what I've seen. It might just be a BKB second item.
Ooh. Got the setup. Have they got the damage? The Rolling Thunder, but Dracho, he'll TP over. Immediately turn towards Zai with the Rupture and the Blood Bright, but Zai's out to the side. He'll TP out. Doesn't want to mess around. Gaimin Gladiators, they'll be able to react, make sure that Ace stays safe.
Exorcism is back up. Tower already half HP. Ace does have this cool new ability. I always forget the name. Fiend's Gate.
The Fiend's Gate. Alright. There we go. Easy full HP and mana. Quick trip back to base.
I thought it was a meme when it first came out. I definitely didn't think it's going to be that good. But yeah, I think it's actually an extremely strong ulti. Much better than what it was before.
Back in the mid. Mickey is going to look to get another round of damage done to the tier 1 tower. But Gaimin Gladiators, they'll turn up immediately and try and put a stop to it. Arena's out. Boom. Pushes Mickey away with the spear. He has to be a bit careful himself. Was getting low. Tofu's able to head over. Steal the arcane rune from underneath the noses of Mickey and Boxy. As Gaimin Gladiators once more will be able to keep that tier 1 tower alive for another day.
Yeah, a bit of a slower game. Like, we had a tri-lane, but Team Liquid didn't want to fight into a tri-lane. They understood, you know, we're much weaker, so they just farmed up Pango also farming up on the top lane. Love the itemization on Zai, having that Ring of Health just to have extra sustain, and also if you combine that with the Soul Ring, because this hero does consume a lot of mana, gives him a bit of extra tankiness, and allows him to spam his abilities. And also, he was having Chipped West, so even extra regeneration coming out from that. My man Zai, he's keeping both of those. Value, look at it. Okay,
Oh,
he stands back. It's the law. You first usage, whoever finds it.
It's true.
Finders keepers.
Absolutely. It happens with all the actives. You know, you find an arcane ring, oh, I'll pop that before I send it back.
Even
to
if
base.
you're full mana, like,
yeah.
you gotta do it.
you got to get a use out of it, you know. How we're doing on the Maelstrom Dracho. About 500 gold off the Maelstrom. In terms of Matu's progression, he's got the armlet done. Went straight for the, just rushing it, of course, getting it complete. He'll now go back for the phase boots. Top lane, they'll look towards Zai. Make sure he's nice and deep behind the tier 1 tower, and that will indeed put off Gaimin Gladiators from chasing any further, so Zai keeps his cool and he'll keep his life.
It seems like Gaimin Gladiators, they do have a hard time finding the fights. Once Boom picks up the Blink Dagger on Mars, it's going to be much easier. That's what he's aiming for. He also does have a Tumbler toy. Sometimes that item just like straight up value. It's very easy to set things up. You don't expect it. One of the better ones might be my favorite tier 1 item, just to be able to close the gap on certain heroes like Leshrac, where you need to like land a stun and allows you to chase people down with your ulti. Just feels good to have.
See Liquid, seeing if they can get the setup on Ace bottom.
Ace has almost 500 damage with Echo Saber. 12 minutes in.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
it gets crazy, the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers are crazy, but
yeah.
the problem is, like, how do you actually get on top of
He's
them to
walking
be
up
able...
and like, please, stand still, let me hit you. But,
I think that's the combo. Bloodseeker Rupture, so they stand still, and then Underlord comes in with the Echo Saber and
hits them for 500 damage. And there we go, look at that. He's going to be able to start working through the Ancients. Boxy did head over to sort of push him away. Maelstrom's down on Duracho. Start clearing through his own stacks in the jungle. We'll have a smoke from Boom and Celery. They're going to see if they can maybe join forces with Ace on the bottom lane. It's only Boxy hanging around at the moment. Not the biggest of kills, but they'll go for him. Boxy. He'll get taken out there with the reveal of Boom's Blink Dagger. Same time in the mid, though, they know the arena's been used, so they'll go for a push on the tower. They may even get the kill on Duracho. Turn with the rupture. Pops the stick charges, and a good job that Boom was
Here
around.
comes Underlord.
See if they can kill Mickey. Okay, he's been caught in the pit. Here comes the damage.
that collects.
Mickey is getting sliced apart by Ace. As that'll put an end to the Death Prophet and her ghosts. Zai is able to take out Stellar in return, but he's got to keep himself away from Ace. Boom, they lost the mark there with the spear. Couldn't get the pushback on Zai. And now he himself could be in trouble. The three of them look to chase him out. See if they can catch Booms. Ooh,
Swashbuckle misses.
I mean, maybe he didn't need to hit it. He didn't need to hit it, Zai. You know, he's a gentleman.
He's styling.
He didn't want to steal the kill. He lets Instania have it instead.
You got to give those kills to Rubik.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, it's the last pick Rubik, you know. We know the true carry is this game.
he did still rupture in the previous fight and now has Shikuchi. As we said, like there's so many good spells to steal. Even if you misclick something, you want to try steal things from the Underlord. You're like, oh, he used Bit of Malice, he used ulti.
Yep.
Like all these spells have insane value in the game. But they did save Duracho. Duracho didn't die there, right?
No, he was able to live right. They started with that move from Boom, pushing Mickey away from him. We'll get it here. Yeah, Duracho just pieced out of the fight completely after they initially save him.
Good Rolling Thunder from Zai, being able to lock down Grimstroke there. Gets the kill instantly. Problem is Boom, like he didn't have stick in that fight. He just bought a full magic wand. You definitely need to have it. Like if your bottle is empty, your soul ring, you don't want to use it in these situations. Maybe if you had like 2 spells, they would respect them more. Maybe even get a return kill on Pango. But yeah, just magic wand, probably the best item in the game for the value.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See Gaimin Gladiators. Maybe look to try and push the tier 1 down bottom. They have Arena back up on Boom.
This is going to be a big timing for Team Liquid. Getting level 12 on that Prophet and also getting a BKB. And she's very close to both.
Yeah, because this is what you wanted to see, right?
Yes.
BKB rush.
Yeah, I think next fight is going to determine quite a lot. Because this also opens up the Roche for them. They do have more than enough damage, minus armor and disarm from Pango. It's still not maxed out, but Raid King can also like potentially just force a fight inside the pit, especially when he picks up the Deso.
Oh, Boxy. He's into the trees, and with the leap TP, he's away from the angle that Boom tried for there with the spear. Still survive. The Moonlight Shadow going. Liquid are trying to see if they could get a step in the mid.
Oh, perfect rune. It just doesn't get better for Team Liquid. That Prophet found Arcane Rune.
So yeah, you ticked all the boxes here. Level 12, BKB, Arcane Rune. Yeah, good luck in the next fight, Gaming Gladiators, because Liquid's going to be coming in with some power.
Not many heroes showing from Gaming Gladiators right now, so they're scouting for some kind of opportunity. Maybe they want to like just have this Deso as well, because Arcane Rune will still be available, and then like they might force a Roche fight.
I was going to say, yeah, would you want them to just go in the Roche and pop Arcane and Exorcism?
They could.
Yeah.
They could. I don't mind seeing that. Also, you have Pango, and if Pango gets to roll, maybe try to bait a Rupture. That seems like they have a bit of a different plan.
There we go. Now use it for the tier 2 push. See what sort of reaction they get out of Gaming Gladiators. I don't look to be too interested in turning up and fighting into the Ghosts and this potential BKB Death Prophet. So this tower should be Liquid's. Nice and early here, 17 minutes in.
Dire's top tower.
See in the mid. Go for the tier 1 themselves, Zai. He's going to try and start something, but Ace has got his BKB done, and he doesn't want to mess around. BKB and he'll step away.
Team Liquid, pretty sure they're okay with the trade. They get the tier 2 tower on the mid. They force a BKB on Underlord Arena.
Oh, Boxy. He's pretty much been the target both times here from Boom's arenas. Catching that Mirana. It's a success once again for Boom.
Gaming Gladiators, they dodge the fight because they don't feel comfortable playing into what Team Liquid had at the moment. So their next timing is going to be Bloodseeker with the BKB. That's what they're looking for.
Let's see if Liquid do want to try and make use of maybe that Roshan. 30 seconds and Mickey will be ready to roll once more with another round of the exorcism. Also able to pick himself up the nether shore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Gaimin
attack.
Gladiators. And next up for Ace, the Satanic. So really leaning into this full right-click survival build.
It's very odd to see like different kind of builds. He's still very sluggish. 358 does have Quicksilver Amulet, and we can see Team Liquid going inside the pit with that Deso, with the Exo. Roshan already down to half HP.
I mean, do you think Gaimin Gladiators?
They might. I think they're just going for a wraparound.
Yeah, I mean, Roshan's going down too quickly though. So Gaimin Gladiators, they won't be able to interrupt this. Liquid, they finished the roast, they grab the Aegis on Mickey. The question now is if Gaimin Gladiators want to keep the fight going. Mickey's already on top of Celery. Celery's trying to run, but the Siphon will take him down. They'll look towards Mickey. They will take him out at once. Very quickly there with Duracho in on top of him. Ace, he's going to go for the Fiend Scare out, but he's not able to make it away in time. Roll over from Zai with the Thunder. They have the control on Duracho.
Couldn't get the BKB off.
Temen-temen.
Seems like this fight is over. I think the plan for Gaimin Gladiators was they know that Exorcism needed to be used there, so they waited until like Exo is gonna expire and then take a fight. Because I don't think they care too much about Dead Prophets once the Exo is down. Still, in terms of execution, they managed to kill Grimstroke before the fight started, so he couldn't get any of the spells off. Pango did manage to get the roll off, and also Wraith King sitting in the front line. Still a bit too tanky. Yeah, we can see the Grimstroke just getting the silence, but it's more about him getting like the second round of spells, another Inkswell on top of that, plus also using the Soul Catcher. Ace unfortunately wasn't able to get out.
And you're right as well, a bit rough for Duracho, right? Didn't get the BKB off this fight. So, limited potential there towards the end of it. And, oh, he's got another one here on Mickey, do you see that?
Oh yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yep, got another
Last by
Arcane
Gaimin
Arena.
himself. Gaimin's favorite player, Mickey.
Gaimin Gladiators. They're going to look to strike. They can find. Oh, it's a good jump on Mickey. Wow, so can they burst
Is that a replay?
What? They're not able to burst him. They get the jump, but they couldn't get the kill. Duracho just dead again. Sport didn't get his BKB off. I don't know if it would have made much of a difference there. Maybe he was dead anyway. But that was not the fight the Gaimin Gladiators were looking for.
I actually thought that was a replay. They actually did the same thing, same exact spot.
Well, maybe it was.
No, it wasn't. No. It wasn't. Now this is live.
Yeah. That's rough.
Didn't manage to burst him. They do have like this semi-combo with the Spear Rupture. Not as strong, but still feels very good. This is something that the panel talked about and something that we mentioned is this BKB timing on the Dead Prophet. Like, how do they deal with that? If she gets the BKB off and Exo plus Spirit Siphon, she can just stand her ground. Like, I don't think many heroes want to get on top of her. Like, Bloodseeker, he also, like, he does have a lot of armor, but still dies getting on top of her.
Yes. Definitely a bit of a hit back there for Gaimin Gladiators. There's sort of two fights back-to-back that they look towards, and Duracho's dying in them. Matu, he's having a great time on the other side of things. He's now 3k ahead of Duracho because of these poor fights the Gaimin Gladiators have found themselves in. Another kill for Temen-temen. He is having a very, very happy time here. Getting those stacks up on his Deso. See down bottom, Duracho will be able to commit him with the BKB, take out Zai. He's going to go for the TP out with the remainder of his BKB, and he'll be fine. So able to pick up a bit of action, but still, overall, Gaimin Gladiators is losing objectives and map control here to the push of Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid also getting levels from these kills. The Wraith King getting closer to his level 20, so does Dead Prophet. I'm not sure which one this is. That's the first one.
Oh, that was
the
the first one.
replay.
Here's the
Okay,
replay.
production. Almost the same three. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And yeah, I think Duracho was so close there to getting the kill. He might have actually had it if he was able to get the BKB off in time. But wasn't the case. Liquid taking another fight. You see Insane are all smiles at the moment here.
Wouldn't expect anything different. I mean, they're having a really good time in this game. Even though it says 1K, it just feels that Underlord, like, for his net worth, he just doesn't bring that much in terms of damage to it.
Yeah, well, I sort of wonder how much physical damage he's been able to do to heroes this game. Would you imagine it's probably not that high?
It's low. I mean, if he gets like a couple of clicks, it's still pretty high because he has Echo Saber and he has Atrophy Aura stacks. But I would assume it's not that high. Yeah, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
$1.7k building damage.
Well, there you go. That's where at least buildings can't run away from you.
That's one way to look at it. There should be a spell that turns hero into a tower. I mean, we have a spell. It's Earth Spirit. It turns you into a statue. It's called Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, that'd be pretty hype. Monkey King, of course, can turn into a lot of things. Maybe he should make Mischief be so if a tower's gone, he can just turn into a tower. Be another one.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty easy to guess if you have like 2 tier 1 towers standing close to each other. You're like,
which one's the real one?
Who's here? How did this happen?
Let's see what the next move from Gladiators is going to be there. Grouping up around the bottom for now. Drachi on his build is going to be going for the AC next. And how's Matu doing on his AC? He's, of course, a little bit further ahead on the AC progression.
And Drachi understands like what needs to be built in this game. They're playing against Dead Prophet, physical damage. Same goes for Wraith King. Pango also does reduce their minus armor, so it's very easy, I would say. Zai, however, he also knows what his arch nemesis is in this game. So going for the Lincoln Sphere after finishing off the Fusel Blade.
Under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Leading the way here. Over towards the pit, but Liquid, they'll be the ones to smoke. Matu, he'll head straight in, and he's going to find Celery. A couple of hits, and Celery's gone. Very quickly able to take him down. The Fiend's Gate has been put out, but we'll see if anyone's going to head over. Mickey ruptured, but he'll hold his ground with the BKB. He's got the Ghost out as well. Dracho looking to commit him for the kill onto Mickey. Will get him. Dracho able to bring down the Death Prophet, but now his BKB comes to an end. The Ray Fire Blast there. Matthew hits in, stun into Arrow. Dracho taken out. Celery has brought back. See if he's able to head over and turn this fight around. Matu's getting very, very low, but he's got Reincarnation. So he'll be back for round 2. And Liquid now look to chase down both Boom and Ace. They're both falling low. The Soulbind locks the two of them behind. The Celery tries to keep them held back away from his cause. Ace and Boom continue to watch from the side. Zai's getting low. Jump back in from Boom. Zai, he has the swashbuckle. He's still alive. He has a lot of bugs on top of him, but Zai will be able to get them out and take them down. Ace falls. Everybody dead on Gaming Gladiators. That's including, of course, the buyback from Celery. So 6 heroes going down effectively on the side of Gaming Gladiators. Liquid, they'll take another solid fight yet again.
They were not ready with all 5 heroes. Like, first, Grimstroke dies immediately. He was in a bit of a weird spot. We can see everything, so it's very easy to say. Maybe he was expecting Team Liquid to go from a different approach, maybe strike from the west, but he was in the front lines. He dies, and then he buys back. Underlord uses Fiend's Gate near the Tier 2 tower to be able to connect with the team. Grimstroke buys back, comes with a TP, and comes back into the fight. Problem is, like, Wraith King does too much damage. Also, Bloodseeker's damage output is insane because of the shard, so he can lock onto a target and kill it. But the problem is, once his BKB is down, if there's a one Wraith King stun into Arrow, or just he gets disarmed, he doesn't have enough. Like, he doesn't have any way of dispelling things. Big item timing is going to be Tofu finishing off his Aghanim Scepter.
We'll see here, this is what the...
Two mans coming in. Oh, he actually didn't... Oh, he came back, I think. I think he came back and...
Well, he did go back through the portal.
Yeah,
I was going to say it.
Yeah, we can see the damage. Like, Bloodseeker, he deals insane amount of damage, and then one Wraith King stun into Arrow. Boom, try to get in front of the Arrow, but it was a bit too far away. We can still see, you know, Underlord, he also does quite a lot of damage, especially during the BKB timing, but once the BKB is down, he gets guided. There's going to be a very nice Arrow on Boom from Boxy from the bottom lane. He's going to snipe him immediately. Here we go. And gets arrowed. He gets the kill on Ace as well after that. Dies from the Firestorm burn.
Oh, back in action here, Matu. He's in with the BKB. He's getting very low with the Rupture. They've taken him out once. Okay, BKB and the Ghost, they're out. Gaming Gladiators now having to step away from the Death Prophet. Ace is out with the BKB TP. Everybody else backs out of that. So
Roshan is up. They can go inside the pit. They still have more than half duration on the EXO. So this is going to be a freebie. I'm not sure if Gaming Gladiators can fight this one. They don't have they don't have BKBs, and without BKBs, they just can't take this fight. So it's going to be Aegis plus a shard as well. Let's see who decides to pick it up. They're actually going to give Aegis to Wraith King.
all right. Yeah, good luck killing Matsu 3 times. It's going to be very, very tough, especially considering they haven't managed to kill him at all this game. 7-0-4 to my man's Wraith King. Proving to be quite the issue, especially, impressive considering the way that the game started with the lane setup.
Oh, right into arrow. He bought it. He bought before he died, so gonna have it. Aghanim's is not as strong. Like, this Aghanim Scepter got nerfed so many times. It doesn't reduce cooldown anymore. Cast range got reduced over the time. So now with level 2, it's 40-second ability. Before it was 20 seconds, so you could rely on using it like 2 times. In a team fight, I think now your best chance is just to use it once. Lincoln Sphere done on Pango. Wraith King with the full AC. Bloodseeker. Still far away from his AC. He's slowing things down a little bit.
Yeah, Matsu's just been cruising ahead this game. Maybe they can go for Zai. See them in with the setup. The roll-ups there into the Pango ult, and he is out of there, Zai. They couldn't get the catch on him.
Quick reaction. I think knowing you play against the other e-gamers, you need to go for like Arena Spear combo, the one that is a more difficult to execute, but I think you might need to risk it.
Still try and find something with the smoke Gaming Gladiators. We try and make advantage of the fact that there's no ult on Zai. So
When I say the other way is spear into
Yeah.
Arena, like use the spear first.
see if they can go on Mickey. The lift is there. Ooh, thrown back into the arrow. Dratcher's in trouble. Very smoothly done there by Liquid yet again. As Gaming Gladiators, I mean, honestly, this match, goodbye celery. They just haven't been able to pick fights successfully. Pretty much every point in this mid-game onwards, each move that Gaming Gladiators have tried to make, Liquid's just shut them down completely.
Pretty much. We talked about, people pretending that they're like Monkey King, that they're different heroes. I think Dyrachyo wanted to go inside the pit and pretend that he is Roche. There was literally nothing there, but yeah, they managed to get the Spirit Siphon off, the Fear Mechanic into Lift, into a stun, and this just might be the game. Like, there's still a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, but it feels very difficult for Gaming Gladiators to take this fight, and especially since it always feels like they're outnumbered. Every single time the fight starts, Team Liquid already locked into the one target and just killed it.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I was sort of expecting a bit of a closer series, but this first game definitely seems like Gaming Gladiators are having quite the struggle against Liquid. Liquid making this one look pretty simple. I said Matu's just been going untouched the whole game, 8-0-4. Each and every time that they try and start a fight on Mickey just doesn't care whatsoever. He's a Death Prophet, he stands there, turns things around, and things just a little disjointed on Gaming Gladiators' side. They've not really been able to set up for kills or make the moves that they would have hoped for. And again, Ace, whilst as farmed as he is, just hasn't really been able to do too much. I mean, just 2-2-0 here.
That's the problem with the hero. I don't know how to make this like itemization work. Feels very difficult. Other people tried it. It just never seems to be working, Maybe if he has, like, I don't know, S and Y to have a bit more attack speed, move speed, find something like spider legs that we see on Wraith King, which does allow them to maneuver in the fight a little bit more. Like, if they catch them inside the arena with potentially like double rupture, that could keep them in place, but still some of these heroes just fight back. Like Raid King, Dead Prophet, Pango uses roll up. If he gets the ulti off, he doesn't care too much, and they're going for their one last push. There's still 20 seconds left on Aegis.
Down there's the Ghost. Okay, ready to lead the way. He's been ruptured. See Zai jumping on the backlines. Boom will commit forward. Tries to drop the combo onto Mickey, but Mickey's got the BKB off in time. They're focusing down Matuma Man, but they can't quite kill him that quickly at all. Matthew finally drops, but they're so low on Gaming Gladiators. Durantio's been silenced. He's dead. No buyback on him. Ace attempts to stand his ground, beating into Zai. They will bring down the Pango, but Zai buys back straight away to be able to get over and continue to join forces with the rest of Liquid to close this game up, as there's 3 heroes dead, no buybacks. There's the GG. Liquid, they'll take this game 1 of the best of 3, and it was a rough start to the series here for Gaming Gladiators, Lacoste.
It definitely was. And in this last fight, Insania did a lot of work. Like, he stole the Firestorm, stole the Pit of Malice as well on top of that, and they just don't have enough damage to go through the tankiness of both Dead Prophet and the Raid King. It's a bit too limited, especially during their BKB timings, because these 2 heroes, they will go onto one hero and just straight up kill it, and then again, you're playing the fight 4 versus 5, which is very difficult. They did manage to shut them down. They did manage to find the right timings with the Dead Prophet and the Raid King. First Dead Prophet used, like, the first good one was to kill the tier 2 tower on the top lane, and then finishing Death Zone, Raid King going inside the Roche pit to be able to get the Aegis, and just, as you said, felt very one-sided. I'm not saying anything was wrong with Gaming Gladiators draft. They tried something different. This is what they've known for, to try, like, different things and then to see if it's gonna work out. They already, are going to the major. This is the battle for the DPC points, extra 80 potentially. So still a lot here at the stake.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see if we get a bit of a closer match in Game 2, but indeed, from what we saw just here, Liquid proving to be showing up as the stronger side so far in this first game by quite some bit. Can't wait to see if Gaming Gladiators can step it back up in Game 2, as we know that they can from a lot of their previous games here in the tour. But as it stands, Game 1 of the best of